In the heart of the jungle sanctuary, the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm golden hue over the feeding area. It was a serene evening, yet a palpable excitement buzzed in the air. Bruno, the largest and strongest gorilla in the sanctuary, was determined to host the most sophisticated dinner party the jungle had ever seen. He perched on a wooden stool, a banana in one hand and a spoon in the other, embodying a blend of seriousness and anticipation. Around him, a lively group of monkeys gathered, their chatter filling the air with a symphony of playful banter. They swung from branches and scurried on the ground, peeling bananas and tossing bits of fruit at one another, their laughter infectious. At the end of the table sat Maria, the beloved caretaker, who had devoted years to nurturing the animals. She watched with a mix of amusement and affection, knowing the monkeys would likely disregard any semblance of decorum. Bruno, however, was resolute. He adjusted his napkin around his neck, mimicking the gestures he'd seen humans perform at dinner parties. With utmost concentration, he scooped some mashed mango onto his plate, earning a chorus of impressed oohs from the monkeys. They were both entertained and bewildered by his quest for civility. "Look at him! So fancy!" one monkey exclaimed, pointing at Bruno's careful movements. Just as Bruno was about to savor his first bite, a tiny monkey named Coco, known for his mischievous antics, tiptoed up and tickled Bruno's ear with a feather. The sudden surprise made Bruno jerk, sending the mango flying off his spoon and splattering onto Maria's face. Time seemed to freeze for a moment, and then the monkeys erupted into fits of laughter, rolling on the ground and clutching their bellies. Maria wiped the mango from her face, her expression a mix of mock indignation and genuine amusement, while Coco beamed with pride. Bruno, feeling a mix of embarrassment and irritation, thumped his chest lightly and grumbled. Undeterred, he scooped another spoonful of mango, determined to maintain his composure. But the monkeys had other plans. One by one, they began to mimic Bruno's sophisticated demeanor, lifting their pinkies as they pretended to sip from coconut shells and dabbing their mouths with large leaves as makeshift napkins. The sight was so absurd that Maria couldn't help but join in the fun. "Very impressive, Sir Bruno," she said, with a dramatic bow, her eyes sparkling with mischief. "Would you care for some more bananas?" Bruno nodded seriously, extending his plate with a dignified air, but just as Maria reached for the bananas, Coco launched himself onto the table, sending a whole basket of bananas flying into the air. Chaos ensued. The monkeys scrambled, their playful instincts taking over as they dove for the airborne bananas. Bruno sighed, shaking his head in mock disapproval, but his heart lightened as he watched Maria's laughter echo through the jungle. In that moment, he realized that perhaps the essence of a true dinner party wasn't about perfect manners, but about joy and camaraderie. With a mischievous grin, Bruno picked up a banana, peeled it, and tossed it at Coco, who squealed with delight but narrowly dodged the projectile. The atmosphere shifted, and soon, the entire group was swept up in a whirlwind of fun, laughter, and flying fruit. Bananas soared through the air, mangoes splattered against trees, and the sound of joy echoed through the sanctuary. Exhausted and covered in fruit, the group finally collapsed in a heap, panting and giggling. Maria looked at Bruno, her eyes shining with delight. "Well, that was certainly an unforgettable dinner," she remarked, wiping a bit of mango from her cheek. Bruno grunted in agreement, giving her a thumbs up while licking the remnants of mango off his arm. In that moment, he understood that the laughter and connection they shared were far more valuable than any display of table manners. From that day forward, Bruno was affectionately dubbed the gorilla, with the best table manners, until, of course, the next food fight began. And in the jungle sanctuary, every meal became a celebration of friendship, laughter, and the joy of being together.